Hi, and welcome to this classes of overcoming resistance. Um, have you are you familiar with I want to change my life, but for how long have you been in the same place? You know, lamenting the situation, asking the divinity to help you, complaining, um, proclaiming that you want a change, and you're still in the same place. You can want the change, actually. You can say, I need a change, I want a change. You can ask for the change. However, when it is the moment to take action for the change, resistance begins. And mostly when you see that for that change to occur, to happen, you have to let go things that you have in this moment. Resistance become a huge wall, because what we resist is the letting go part, but the thing is that what we resist persists. We invest so much time and energy resisting the inevitable. Changes are part of life, is how life works. There are cycles that have to end so we can start something new, something that is more aligned with ourselves, something that elevates us, something that, that changes, transforms us from within. So resisting only, lengthens the process, makes it slow, slow the process, keeps you where you are when you are ready to move on. So, personally, I resisted my mediumship for a while. I am talking about years. I was reluctant to believe that I could help people, actually. And for years I worked on other things, and I spent so much time and energy trying to block my skills that I went through several crises of anxiety and panic attacks. I was hurting myself very much because I didn't want to let go, and I didn't want to accept myself as I am. I was resisting the inevitable because sooner or later, as it happens, it was going to happen, and it happened. So what am I now? I am happily fulfilling my purpose as a medium. Finally. But I wasted so much time and energy resisting something that eventually was going to happen. Because, a spiritual realm, the spirits knows best. God and the spirits knows best. They know us better. And we want it or not, they are acting, those higher forces are acting, to move us to the path where we have to be, to the path that we have to walk. So, to begin with, I went through all of these difficulties and pretty bad moments to avoid something that I could not avoid, resisting what has to flow. The divinity, the spirits, guide us always. They are always protecting you, they are always guiding us, they love us, and they never give up on making us understand that they know where our happiness is. And if we stop resisting and flow with that spiritual wisdom, what can we feel, you can feel it through your intuition. And if you trust your intuition, you're trusting them. And they can actually have the power to put you where you belong. So doing this, flowing, and actually receiving and accepting and trusting the guidance from the spirits and taking action in that, path, with that guidance. With that, we avoid a lot of pain. That's the first thing. um, Time and energy that we can invest in what is beginning, or what we want to co-create, the new life, the new cycle, the new things that we want to co-create. We can invest our energy and our time in that, instead of being resisting. And in that change, investing our energy in that change, we're asking, but that we are not allowing to arrive into our life, because we are putting barriers all the time. So you are a spirit in matter, you know? You are a spirit in matter. This world, this experience, your body is matter. But you are a spirit. When your body dies, you don't die, your body dies. You are still a spirit. So your capacity is infinite, and your resistance comes because your consciousness is limited by the fact that your body is mortal, that you can die, that you will die, or that you are not able to do certain things. But you are more than a body. You are allowing that your limited, perception of having a mortal body actually blocks you from your greatness for all things you are capable of doing. And your body is not an excuse. You actually can be great. You can actually do this. Because you have to allow yourself to believe in this, and to stop, to open your mind, and to actually be aware of your unlimited capacity as a spirit in matter. So when you are aware that your life is composed, is created by experiences, lessons, changes that are divinely guided, and that will lead you to something better, you can start to flow, because you trust, because you know they will never lead you to something bad. You start to flow, let yourself be carried away by the chance. Change is not bad. We always see change as something bad. Change is not bad. Actually, it's very good. So it is inevitable, because you have to grow, you have to evolve, you have to move. Your energy, you have to be constant moving that energy. So it is like the Peter Pan complex. You want to be a child forever. You can't be a child forever, just accept that. Your body is growing, it's changing, it's getting older, and you can't avoid that. The same with change. It is the same thing, and we have this Peter Pan complex that we have to be, kids forever. It is not possible to have the body of a kid for the rest of our lives. You can't be a kid forever. It depends on your attitude. Your body can age, get older, but your energy and your attitude is what defines your age, actually. Age is something we invented as human beings, the same as time. That's why we have so much trouble understanding divine timing, because it is not there is no time over there. You say, hey, it has been a year, and they say, like, I don't understand. It's going to happen when it has to happen. And for us, it's not, for the spirits, it's not like, we're running out of time, quick. Because they see things from a wider perspective, and we live very limited here, thinking that we are running out of time and things have to happen right now, right away, and life doesn't work like that. So you want the security that, give you this comfort zone that you already know, but security is an illusion. It doesn't exist, because you don't know what will happen tomorrow. So that of I have a house, I have, money in the bank, it gives you an illusion of security, but you can actually go downstairs and hit your head and die. Why do you want be so secure if you don't know what is going to happen? And I am not telling this to scare you, not at all. But think about it. Why you worry about so much to be in your comfort zone, in the same place where you feel safe, if you don't even know what is going to happen in the next minute? It's insane. It is an illusion. It doesn't exist, and we get so anxious about it. That obsession to have security, it's only blocking you, because you don't allow yourself to try new things, new opportunities, to move on and say, okay, you know what, I am going traveling now, and I don't need to have I don't need to buy a place right now. I can rent a place, or I can live there. And we don't have the capacity of being resilient, of transform, of change, because we are always trying to be so secure. And it is actually stagnating you, because you don't allow yourself to experience anything, because you're afraid of going out of your security zone. So you are hindering the chances you have, um, of experiences, of opportunities to enrich your life, to grow, to evolve, to be happy, to actually find something that you like, not what everyone tells that you should do to be happy, and you feel miserable. So give yourself the chance to say, hey, I want to try this, and if this makes me happy, well, I am staying with this. So, create your own um, definition of success, your definition of happiness, because happiness for me is not the same as happiness for you. So we can fit in the same thing. I can tell you, oh, you should do this and do that and this, because that will make you happy. No, that makes me happy. But for you, it's not necessarily like that. So you can control disease, you can control an accident, you can control, to get fired from your job, you can control the weather, or, the fact that your marriage is ending, or a relationship is ending. You can control the fact that your children's are going to fall while playing and hit, an elbow or whatever, or your loved ones. You can control that people died. You can control, if we actually look at things as they really are, and we go out of our illusion of control, we will notice that it is a huge stupidity to fight so much for control when we actually don't control anything. So it is better to trust in the higher forces that are guiding us, and embrace change, and embrace life as it is, and take it one day at a time as it comes, and co-create what you want from a place of love, from a place of flowing, instead of a place of controlling and resisting, and so why do you resist? There is no greatest freedom and peace than that you feel when you actually flow with life, when you trust in those spiritual forces, when you let yourself be guided and see how everything is taking shape, is unfolding for you, how the pieces fall into place. You begin to see how everything makes sense, because you are finally flowing with the divine plan. You are actually flowing with the spiritual forces that are guiding your life through the path that is corresponding to you in this moment. So everything, you just say, oh, now everything falls into place, and I don't have to be hustling. I don't have to be fighting so much. I don't have to be resistant and suffering and feeling miserable and crying all the time and asking God, why this happening to me? When is this time going to, pass by? And I'm going to be happy, because no, you are not in that place anymore. You are in a flow, in a flow place where, oh, this is not going well, so let me hear what my intuition, what my spirits are trying to tell me, so I can, go with it, so I can move the energy and stop resistant. It's you flow in peace with the confidence and certainty, and once the discomfort of change, I know change can be, you know, it is you don't feel good in change, because of course you are transitioning from a comfort place to a new place, and you have to adapt to the new place. So it creates discomfort, but once the discomfort pass, the outcome will worth it. You have to learn to be uncomfortable, you know while the change take form. You need to learn to feel uncomfortable in the limbo and do what you have to do, to flow through that phase the fastest as possible. So the fear resistant factor of change is that we want things to be like they are supposed to be or should be. We have this image of how things are supposed to be, or when they are supposed to happen. And who established that? Who established that what your life should be like? Who said that? I think God is the only one, or the spiritual forces of divinity or the universe. It's the one who, has the capacity to understand how your life should be like. But we tend to think that we actually know how our lives should be like, and we cling to that idea because society, and our environment had sold it to us as good and valid. Our life is your life is this in this moment. This is your life right now. You want to change it? Embrace the change and accept what it comes from it, and move from point A to point B, because your life just is this. It shouldn't be anything. Your life just is as you are. That's all. You shouldn't be anything. You are a being. That's all that you need to be. You. Life is the same thing. Life is the same thing. It should not be in a certain way. Let it be your life. Resist change, because it usually takes us away from that should be, because that should be comes from the ego, not from the soul. That should be comes from the image that society has built for us, that your family projects in you, from what religion dictates that it's right or it's wrong. And that is the ego talking, that is the ego acting. It's not a soul thing. And the spirit doesn't want anything to do with the ego. They can coexist. The ego and the spirits can't coexist in the same place. They can't. The ego is not real. It's something we have made up to feel more important, to feel successful, to feel secure, and to fit in the system. It is something made up. So the spirit, that is the only thing that is real, can coexist with the ego. So let go of who you are supposed to be, and have the courage, to discover who you truly are, and begin to live your life as yourself, I am are the two most powerful words, and you don't need to complete it with a qualifying. You just are. It is not like I am Lar. I am. I am Amiru. I am. I just am. I just am a being, a spiritual being. I am me in my state of being. Stop qualifying yourself. I am. That's all. You are a being. You exist. You are. That's the truth. Give. I know as human beings we worried a lot and we are scared and everything, but give your worries to divinity. Give them to your angels, to God, to the Blessed Mother, to the universe. Me, I am too connected with Archangel Michael, so everything I give it to him. He is my best friend. And I just give everything to him. He's my support system. He is everything. So I just give everything to him and to my spirits, and I let it go. When I am feeling like uncomfortable or sad or angry for something, I just say, you know what, just take it away. I understand that you are working in my behalf, that everything is unfolding in the right time. So take this emotions, negative emotions away, and I began to feel this peace, and I began to relax, and I let it go, because your worries are unnecessary. Changes are going to happen, you want them or not, and stop worrying because it's not worth it. It doesn't have any sense to worry if things are going to happen anyway. So why am I wasting my time resisting and being afraid? Why? So stop resisting and embrace change in all forms. Every time you feel resistant to change, take a deep breath like this and say, I embrace change in all forms. Repeat it until resistance goes away. You will feel like your body is going to feel more relaxed and you will stop resisting. And change is not your enemy. Stop looking at change as your enemy, as something bad. It is not bad. It's your ally. It is helping you to get where you want to be, but you don't have the courage to admit it, So you don't have the courage to take the first step. So change comes, and you say, oh, my life is changing, and you think this is something bad, but you can take the first step and change things by your own decision. But no, we are too comfortable. We are in our comfort zone. Yes, having a good time. So when change comes, we blame change for all the things that are happening. But we need change. When something is changing in your life, it's because the spirits know you need that change to move on and to take you from point A to point B, because it is time. So I embrace change in all forms, because everything happens for my highest good. Your loving spirits are never going to harm you. Never. They know what you need. They know what your purpose here is. They know what you want. So let them guide you. Trust that change is coming for your highest good. And when you surrender to the loving guidance of your spirits and go through life as if you were floating in the water, I love that sensation. The miracles you experience and the rewards they give you for aligning yourself with the path are immeasurable. Opportunities that you never imagined, and believe me, begin to appear. The right people come into your life. You find, that soul connection destined for you. Prosperity, health, peace, joy, happiness, wealthness, all at once began to, to enter your life, and you say, what is happening? And I am a living proof of this. You know, the moment I began to flow with this, the moment I began to embrace the changes. You know, I have been watching, by the way, the number 555, 555, like for days, and I know there is a huge major change that is going to happen in my life. Am I scared? No, I am actually very excited. I don't know exactly what is going to happen, but I am actually very excited. Every time I see it, is amazing. I see it like 5, 6, 7 times a day. I see the number 555 mostly, or 555. And every time I see it, I say like, there you are. And I am so excited because I want to know what the change is, because I know it's going to be something very, very good for me, because they prove me that my life has changed enormously within a year. Yes, I have lost a lot of things, but things that were not serving me anymore, people that were not serving me anymore, that are not aligned with me anymore, and the freedom I feel, the joy I feel, it is undescribable. Actually, I'm very happy. I am excited about the changes. You know, a few years ago, I will be like panic. I will be having panic attacks. But now I actually love changes. And I say, you know what? I am crazy about, yes, I think yesterday I asked Archangel Michael and I said, tell me what I have to let go for this change to come faster, because I want to know what it is. And if I have to let go of something, tell me what it is. I let it go, because I understood how this works. And when you understand and accept how this works, you reach a point of joy and happiness and thrive for your life, and you say, you know what, things are getting better. There is a change. Things are getting better, actually. And I am very, very happy. I will let you all know what is the change about when it comes. But it is actually very exciting. Every time I see the number 5, I get crazy, like, oh my god, there's comes a change. And I amaze myself every day of the miracles I experience in my life, just for flowing, for doing my part and fulfill my purpose, for being here, doing what I have to do. And they take charge of everything else. Of everything else. I just do what I have to do. I am committed to my purpose. And they are delivering things to me like, like take. And I'm like, thank you. It is very, truly amazing. And when I feel resistant, I visualize myself in the beach. You can do this whenever you want. And I visualize myself like floating in the water like this. And, my eyes open, the sun touching my face. I live in the Caribbean, so it's very easy to picture that. So no sound, just the hum of the water, because if you're underwater, you can actually hear. Sorry, I got a call. So you can hear just the under the water. You can hear anything, and this sensation of my warm body covered by water, and the cold wind, the cold wind touching my nose. That is the only thing outside of the water. My eyes, my mouth. And I am, that feeling that I just exist there. That there is actually nothing else. It's just me existing and just there, just going with the flow, because I am sure that the current of that water is directed by the divinity. And that whenever and whatever they are taking me, the water will be more crystalline, the sun warmer, the wind will sing, and the sun will be softer, and I will be safer than what I was before. I am sure about that. So I just let myself, go with the flow of the water. I just let myself be there. So that is a good exercise, a good visualization for overcoming resistance. Let go. and just enjoy the fact that you are alive and that you are. To overcome resistance, you have to let go. You have to flow and you have to trust. It is a huge amount of faith. And Bruce Lee used to say, be the water, my friend. So, be water, my friend. Thank you for joining me.